This video is sponsored by DistroKid.
Okay, so this is a tremendously exciting song. They have crossed over into so many cool textures and collisions and universes coming together in this track. And I'm so excited to break that down. There's a lot of nuances, and I think what makes this a standout remix and reworking of a track. And we're going to get into that right now.
Queen bee, want no smoke with me. Been turn this motherfucker up 800 degree. Whole team.
Notice the call and response off the bat.
She's a treat. Ooh, she's so bougie, bon appetit.
I'm a savage, attitude nasty.
So right off the bat, these first 4 bars, I love when a remix actually establishes the remix early on. I think for me personally, that's something I like with a track where we know what's coming. This is a massive song of Meg Thee Stallion's. Hello?
Hello, my name is John, and I'm here with the Ministry of Music Distribution. I was wondering if you had a minute to hear the good word? This is from DistroKid 1811. Gone be thine headaches and frustrations when it comes to cover song licenses. We free thee and shall handle all legal aspects of the paperwork, management, and distributing royalties to thine original songwriters.
I think, sir?
Sir, allow me to finish. You're just recording a YouTube video. Save thyself hours of annoyance and months of waiting to obtain the license from other means and get it handled in 3 clicks in just $1 a month, so thine covers are protected, managed, and up to date with the ever-changing copyright laws. Plant your seed now and receive a 7% discount for your first year by clicking the link in the description.
So having it immediately flipped on its head instead of where I think certain remixes where, not that this is a bad practice, but when you think it's the same track until like 90 seconds in, it doesn't do as much for me as something like this where it's like, oh, okay, here we go. This is a totally different adventure. And that maintains throughout the entire song. So it's something that I really appreciate how they did and they came together on this. So with that being said, Beyoncé, it's a consistent thing I'm probably going to bring up on every one of these vocal dissections. The premise of the call and response with how they accent phrasing. This is a really important premise for vocal, like modern pop vocal production, and something I harp on a lot as a producer with doing stuff like this. So it's like response, and center like that. So
Queen bee, want no smoke with me. Been turn this motherfucker up 800 degree. Whole team eat chefs cause she's a treat. Ooh, she's so bougie, bon appetit.
I'm a savage.
So every single phrase, there's like this little accenting of a certain word, which definitely came out mostly in the hip hop and rap world, done actually more in like the hip hop and rapping inflection instead of it being melodically done. But obviously there's a tremendously heavy influence of that here with this production decision. And just off the bat, it already feels like a completely different adventure. And I'm very much on board for it with these two.
I'm a savage, attitude nasty. Talk big shit, but my bank account match it. Hood, but I'm classy. Rich, but I'm ratchet. Haters kept my name in their mouth, not a gagging.
So, of course, there's all these ad-libs on the sides. 2 things, really important things to know. Again, what makes this such a tremendously exciting remix to listen to and engage in, the verses are even different. So, I don't know whose decision it was, you know, as far as like saying, okay, we're going to change up the verses on the song. But when I listen to a track like this and she rewrote different verses with different cadences, re-recorded it all and got it all mixed down with this remix, it shows to me as a listener, it's like, wow, she put in a ton of effort to really make this a standalone song from what the original Savage track is. And then, of course, there's all these great, like, Meg Thee Stallion ad-libs underneath. And then my favorite is this little one from Beyoncé right here.
Nasty. Talk big shit, but my bank...
She can go lower than I can go.
Nasty. Talk big shit, but...
I just love that. And it's so full of all these little nuggets.
Bougie. He say the way that thing move, it's a movie. I told that boy we gotta keep it lowly, me the room key. I done bled the block and now it's hot, bitch, I'm Tunchi. I'm mood and I'm moody. I'm a set.
I mean, there's literally like 6 vocal ad-libs in there. But again, one thing, when we're talking about a different rhythmic and lyrical premise, she changes the cadence that didn't appear anywhere in the original song with the...
Bougie. He say the way that thing move, it's a movie. I told that boy we gotta keep it lowly.
Like that little triplet flow. You say the day that thing moves, it's a movie. It's almost like a little Latin reference to the, if it's kind of tripletized, a little swung, but it's ga 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 ga. But then it's it's smoothed out a little bit into a triplet rhythm, but it's done right on the border there, so it sounds really cool. And again, total departure from what's in the original version.
That's hot bitch, I'm Tunchi. I'm mood and I'm moody. I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy.
And what's crazy is this chorus, I'll let it play through.
I'm a savage.
I know people hate when I interrupt it too much.
Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Acting stupid. What's happening? What's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage. Classy,
So that is the
ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty.
So again, remix. How are we going to elevate the chorus and add something new when it's already kind of filled out vocally? She found the rhythmic silence for her to add something in. And it's so well done that I don't even like listening to the song, the original version anymore. Like she she made it so when I listen to the non-Beyoncé version, I miss the okay. Like I want to sing that. It sounds like, why didn't that exist before? And that's, again, a transcending nature of a really good remix. Shift keys.
Ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, acting stupid.
And then kind of switching up too between like melodic response and a little bit of just echoing it in the kind of breathy, sexy energy that the song very much encapsulates.
Acting stupid. What's happening? What's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage.
So we have nasty, what's happening, okay, and it's all kind of panning around, leaving the room for Meg Thee Stallion to like own her chorus. So again, it's a great job where she's literally weaving around the lead vocal and the melody and leaving that space for her. Chef's kiss number 2. Maybe we'll have a chef's kiss counter in this video. How many of those I do? That's 4 now.
Acting stupid. What's happening? What's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Hacking, stupid. What's happening? What's happening?
So one more thing to note, what I'm hearing in the chorus with Meg's original vocal, I think this is the same as the vocal that she recorded for the original Savage. We have what sounds like 3 vocals. So there's one in the center and then 2. They're not fully panned out. They're probably about 50 panned out and maybe about half the volume of the lead vocal. So we can have this like triangle shape here with lead and then the 2 on the sides. Just to add some nice width. But it's really tightly done and very on the grid. So it's not kind of too sloppy, but it's just, that's not a chef's kiss. That's like a scuba diver. Okay. Okay. I like it.
What's happening? What's happening?
And then the way that they come out of this, it's already hooky, that what's happening, but Beyonce is able to find melodic choices to even add. It's like we're having 2 hooks happening now in the place where there used to be one, which is really cool because my ear gravitates to that, like her little run that I can't do because I'm awful with my voice.
What's happening? What's happening?
Hips tick tock when I dance on it.
And then that note she ends.
Hips tick tock when I dance.
Then she kind of ends on that dominant note, the 5 in the scale, if we're paying attention melodically here. Just kind of nice little tension to say, okay, we're not in the chorus anymore. We're not in Kansas. We're kind of going into a new space here.
Hips tick tock when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans.
Also, mad props for just having an OnlyFans reference. That's like,
wanna see some
that's
real
a well-placed
ass, baby,
OnlyFans
here's your
reference.
chance. I say left cheek, right cheek, drop it low and swing. Texas up in this thing, put you up on this game. I be parking my frame, gang, 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 gang. If you don't jump to put jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain. Please don't give me hype, write my name in ice.
So this whole kind of 8-bar, not kind of, it is an 8-bar section where she's building up. There's a very smooth movement with very little instrumentation, which is just a testament to really she's carrying the energy of this track. She is pretty much fully responsible for kind of the energy, you know, here.
Hips tick tock.
Hips tick tock when I dance. Like that very low energy to the
Gang, 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 gang. If you don't jump to put jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain. Please.
So, and she does it like, I guess my main point is that she does it so smoothly that you almost don't feel it happening. You can just tell that the song is intending to come up at this point. So that's a really big thing that I noticed as somebody where I'm like, wow, she's like if you imagine like the dynamic knob like on her neck, you know, as far as like the energy, it's like it was so smoothly turned, and she has such great control of being able to say like the slow of the energy upwards. And I realized I probably said like about 74 times, and I need to work on not doing that, but we're too late. We're already filming the video. So that kind of vocal performance control can do so much to carry the energy of the song. The instrumentation is really there, just adding a couple little sprinkles on top, because she can just dominate the energy in the space or the lack of space or leaving space completely on her own with her voice. So I'm just going to play that one more time. Really pay attention to how each line, it's like a slight notch up.
Hips tick tock when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Big B and that beat stand
So all kind of low key.
If you wanna see some real ass, baby, here's your chance. I say left cheek, right cheek, drop it.
So then you can even hear. So I'm sitting on this because I think it's a really valuable part of this. So listen with the left cheek, right cheek.
Say left cheek, right cheek, drop it low and swine. Hips tick tock when I dance. On that.
So she's already kind of up by the left cheek, right cheek, compared to the hips tick-tock when I dance. So even there, it almost doesn't feel like she's changed energies, but you can feel when you compare back and forth how much up has really happened.
See some real ass, baby,
Then we
here's
have
your
these
chance.
upbeats.
I say left cheek, right cheek, drop it low and swing. Texas up in this thing, put you up on this game.
So we're already getting the hype from the track, and then she's
if you don't jump to put
bringing that
jeans
up
on,
into this
baby, you won't
break.
feel my pain. Please don't give me hype. Write my name in ice. Can't argue with these lazy bitches. I just raise my price. I'm a boss. I'm a leader. I pull up in my two-seater, and my mama was a savage. Nigga got this shit from Tina. I'm a savage. Yeah.
So a lot just happened right there. We're gonna break that down.
Please don't give me hype. Write my name in ice. Can't argue with these lazy bitches. I just raise my price. I'm a boss.
So one of my favorite things, and what I'm noticing is like a trend in a lot of these songs that we're breaking down, is the creativity in panning. And that's something that, honestly, if I'm going to be real, because I produce, as a producer, I'm going to start doing some of this stuff because that's what part of the series is about. Is I'm learning at the same time here. So, you know, we all learn and we all growing together on this.
Please don't give me hype. Write my name in ice. Can't argue with these lazy.
Excuse me. Ice.
Please don't give me hype. Write my name in ice. Can't argue.
It's left, right, center.
Name in ice. Can't argue with these lazy bitches. I just raise my price. I'm a boss. I'm a leader. I pull up in my two-seater, and my mama was a.
And so every single bar, we have like a little something different happening, which is, again, another massive trend. There's no 4-bar phrase where we've repeated the same thing before and then repeated it again. Just kind of said, cool, good enough. There's always just this chef's kiss. That's number 5. That's number 7. Amount of detail to every bar has like a special something that differentiates it from the rest of what we're doing here.
With these lazy bitches, I just raise my price. I'm a boss, I'm a leader. I pull up in my two-seater, and my mama was a savage. Nigga got this shit from Tina. I'm a savage. Yeah.
And so we have this kind of great build-up, and then we have this nice falsetto, and then we have, like, it's great because the falsetto holds on its own for a second.
Up in my two-seater, and my mama was a savage. Nigga.
And my mama was a... And like you kind of get that on your own with just doubles, and then the harmonies come in to fill that out. We leave a little bit of space, and then we come and hit hard on the chorus. So falsetto, so it's like falsetto, harmonies, beat drops out, then we hit in hard on the chorus. With that big, full, savage harmony stack.
I pull up in my two-seater, and my mama was a savage. Nigga got this shit from Tina. I'm a savage. Yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Yeah. Sassy.
And then again, one of my favorite principles that they're, of course, masters of is the way that they play with tension and release, building up excitement. And then, you know, you kind of ramp up, and then you kind of have this moment where it's like, And of course, they're masterful at that. And it's just something that I appreciate. And I can hear the way that, again, that builds up and then it releases into that savage harmony line. And we kind of get this moment of space where we're focused on that chorus hook again. So they're not overstuffing it, even though there's a ton of just an insane amount of things in this track. So that's, again, just something that I really appreciate.
You know, I'm a savage. Yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty.
We have some great ad-libs.
Acting stupid. What's happening? What's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage.
That melodic hook again, right there.
Bougie, ratchet. Yeah. Sassy,
getting additional Megan Thee Stallion and Beyoncé ad-libs happening throughout this.
Like Beyoncé, like me.
And then again, a new verse from Meg Thee Stallion. Damn. She went in to make sure this whole track was special. Chef's Kiss 8.
Like Beyoncé, like me. He want a bitch like the stallion with the knees. He be like, damn, how that thing moving in the jeans. Ay, even D4L couldn't do it like me, like me.
Also, this is just an aside. I'm always like, clever wordplay about butts is, you know, there's just so many different ways you can describe a large butt. And this was a very clever way, you know, talking about the way that it moves in the jeans. I think that was a very clever wordplay on a good butt. So, well done.
Be like, damn, how that thing moving in the jeans. Ay, even D4L couldn't do it like me, like me.
And again, simple track. Beyonce is really the one kind of carrying the ascension of the harmony with her response, the ascension of the section into the beat.
He want a bitch like the stallion with the knees. He be like, damn, how that thing moving in the jeans. Ay, even D4L couldn't do it like me,
And then-
like me.
Again, build up tension, it peaks, and then we kind of release. Ugh.
Body ready just for you. Girl, I hope you don't catch me messing around with you. Talking to myself in the mirror like, bitch, you my boo.
I'm the shit, oh, I need a mop to clean the floors, too much drip, oh.
So it's cool is, again, instead of every line having something, like we did in the first verse, whereas 1 to 2 to 3 response and 1, 2, 3 response, we have run down on first bar, harmony stack bar 2, solo vocal, bar 3, solo vocal, and then tension, release on the harmony, and then move forward. So always different iterations, tension and release, harmony stack, solo vocal, ad lib, stack, pan left, stuff sign, pan right. It's constantly
I'm
moving.
the shit, oh, I need a mop to clean the floors, too much drip, oh. I keep a knot, I keep a watch, I keep a whip, oh. Let's play a game, Simon says I'm still a bitch, ayy. I'm still a bitch, yeah. I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, rich.
And then again, throughout that whole verse, it's the first time that we're finding her absolutely mirroring the lyrics from Meg. And instead of responding to it, she's doubling her voice in the lyric, but in her Beyonce way, which is the first time you hear that really throughout an entire 4-bar section.
Alright, they asking for the queen and bought some cameras in here. I'm a bad bitch, she's a savage, no comparison here. I'ma flip my hair and look back while I twerk in the mirror. All this money in a room, think some scammers in here. I'm coming straight up out that third.
Okay, this is one of my favorite things, and I'm glad that this isn't going on too long. I'm trying to intentionally move as quick as I can because I don't want this video to turn into like forever for Kyle to edit because I love him too much, and he's amazing. So shout out to Kyle. Kyle, put up a picture of your face if you want to. If not, I'm just going to do this, and then nothing will happen. Okay, well, there we go. Kyle's the one who edits these videos, and I appreciate him tremendously. And so I'm going to switch gears because I know we normally talk about vocal production, and that's wonderful. And that's obviously why we're all here. But from a producer instrument standpoint, this is the first time that they're dropping that main synth down an octave the entire song, and it doesn't happen in the original cut. So again, it's just simple changes that show that people really cared about making each verse tremendously unique. Everything, ultimately, if there's like one thing, if you're still here, first off, thank you. And just so I know that you're still watching, what I want you to comment down below. Comment, John, I want to see you twerk it in the comments down below if you're still watching. And it'll just be hilarious. There's a bunch of people asking me to twerk it. Then people are going to want to know what's going on in this video. Well, I guess we'll see how that goes. But the main takeaway here is that there's care and attention for each moment to be special. From an instrumental standpoint, from a vocal standpoint, all of that is underneath this like make it special umbrella. And I think that's really the core message and the core takeaway from a song like this. I mean, from any song like this, is you can hear the painstaking detail when we break it down in this way.
Alright, they asking for the queen and bought some cameras in here. I'm
Low
a bad bitch,
octave,
she's a
kinda
savage,
distorted
no
and dirty and
comparison here.
filtered.
I'ma flip my hair
great.
and look back while I twerk in the mirror. All this money in a room, think some scammers in here. I'm coming straight up out that third. Whip the whip like I stirred it. Wood grain, we
Again, different melody. We're on like the fourth verse here.
I'm coming straight up out that third. Whip the whip like I
And then she's singing in a pentatonic scale here. 2 to 2 to 2 3, 2 to 2 to 2 3, 2 to 2 to 2 3, da 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 do. You know, so 2 2 3 2 2 3 2 2 3 2 2 2 1 6.
I'm coming straight up out that third. Whip the whip like I stirred it. Wood grain, we swerving, keeping his mind all on these curves. Coop fly like a bird, cold on him like birds. Always keep my words. No, I don't do crosswords. Sell you in.
It's actually very simple melodically on paper, but the layering, the phrasing, the delivery, the attitude is what makes it stand out. And on top of the chords of Savage, chef's kiss. I don't know what number that is. Now even more chef's kiss.
No, I don't do crosswords. Sell you in and riding like them hot girls, them hits. I hop that shit the way I hopped up and slid. I pop my shit, now watch me pop up again. I mop the float, now watch me sweep up these M's. Savage.
Okay, last couple things. We have 8 bar. Well, she has a 12 bar verse here. First bar, it's that pitch down one. It's that low key kind of like this energy, and then she brings it up. Da 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 ba 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 da ba. But then listen to how she gets more spitty and more aggressive and more like Yarly on the next 4. So here's the first 4.
Coming straight up out that third. Whip the whip like I stirred it.
And then here's the next 4.
Sell you in and riding like them hot girls, them hits. I hop that shit the way I hopped up and slid. I pop my shit, now watch me pop up again.
So it weaves in a little more aggression. Again, just forward energy. And moving the track along in a different way. We have this pop and the gunshot samples that kind of breaks up the groove too. So we kind of feel we're building up. What do you know? Tension followed by release.
I pop my shit, now watch me pop up again. I mop the float, now watch me sweep up these M's. Savage, classic, bougie.
And what's really cool too.
Now watch me pop up again. I mop the float, now watch me sweep up these M's.
So that kick is actually hitting.
Again, I mop the float, now watch me sweep up these M's. Savage.
We have a kick drum hitting on the 16th note after the 4 beat, which is a really particular place to put it. But again, disjointedness that then releases right on the chorus. And still, we're on like the 5th chorus at this point, and it's still interesting.
Classic, bougie, ratchet.
So because they have her, for the first time, Beyonce's doing the whole chorus with Meg, and it's done because they have their different tones and their different pitches to the way they delivered it, to where you kind of have this chorusy, out of tune sound, but it still sounds tight and it still sounds like it's completely in the pocket and like it's perfectly distinct where you can hear both of them. And I double chef's skis.
Bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, hacking, stupid, what's happening?
And I know that it's intentionally out of tune because it's obviously a choice because it's Beyonce. She knows what she's doing. But I just like it because it feels more casual. It feels like they're just getting together and they fuck with this tune heavy and then they're just feeling it and like just saying it with the beat, more casual instead of like everything tight and tuned and acting stupid, you know what's happening, da 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 da, you know, whatever it would be, to where they're all super tight, and instead it just feels like they're feeling it, they're going with it, however it goes, that's what's up. Although I know that every take was meticulously picked, it can be really difficult to pick takes that feel like you didn't try to pick those takes. So it's like really tightly planned casualness. Does that make sense? Let's hope so. Moving on.
What's happening?
That hook again.
Classic, bougie, ratchet, sassy,
And then again,
nasty.
we're at the 4, we're near the 4-minute mark, the last 20 seconds, and we have more vocal layers.
Classic, bougie, ratchet.
Wait, my bad, excuse me, I was trying to do it.
What's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage. Classic, bougie, ratchet, sassy,
A nice vocal pad there.
nasty, hacking, stupid. Hacking, stupid. What's happening? What's happening? I'm a savage.
So again, literally up to the last moment here, we have different vocals popping up that weren't there.
I'm a savage. It's the stallion and the beat. H-Town
Dang it, Beyonce, stop flexing on us like that. Jesus. Ugh.
and the beat. H-Town.
Oh my goodness. From bar one to the last moment of the song, unique sounds happening, an incredible collaboration, just so overwhelmingly impressed and inspired by what they've done in this track. And if you made it this far in the video, first off, I want to just express my gratitude for you choosing to spend your time here with me. I've loved having you here, and there's more videos like this popping up on the screen that I know you'll enjoy right in the same kind of style and vein. If you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed, that you have liked the video, and that you commented that, come on, John, we want to see you twerk it, because that is definitely the most exciting part of this video. All right. Thank you again so much to DistroKid for sponsoring. Hope you're having a great day. Now remember, kindness wins.